Y'all might know me as Big Baby. I'm the biggest one of the baby. But this is something I really wasn't prepared for. But my grandma was a strong woman. Yes. From when we was kids, me and him bathing in tubs over here together. So she installed that in us, being strong. Don't ever quit, keep on fighting. And that's something that I'm gonna always do. She instilled that in all my uncles, my aunt, this one next to me. And like my cousin said, we just gotta keep on being strong together as a family, y'all. I didn't see her as much as I wanted to once they moved down here. I probably cried for a day the day they moved down here. That was my second home besides home. And yeah, I got whooped for going over that house. I ain't gonna forget that. But I love it. I thank all y'all that came, supported, helped her out through all the many years down here. Greatly appreciate it. I wish I could have came down more. I wasn't able to, but in the last few years, I came down more than I have in the previous 10. So I'm gonna let the little one here go ahead and talk now.
Hello. I know a lot of you guys probably remember me. I just really thank you guys. I know I talked to a lot of you, and I always say I'm happy you're there and you came, and like I had to, but my grandma always showed up, and she used to bring me here all the time. I watch her walk out of that wall right there, and she'd sing. And Jay played a violin, and Bishop Holcomb was singing at the end of service, and I just remember being so proud, seeing my grandma stand up there and do what she loved to do. And I'm just so thankful, because being in this building it's like just being a little kid again and loving everything that she gave me and she gave our family, and she put so much into us to go off into the world and conquer and be successful. And I know that that is what all of us are going to continue to do, is be successful and pass it down, just like you guys have done for me when I was a child, watching you, Pastor Valerie, watching all the elders, standing, waiting for Bishop, seeing how that you should be and how you should go, how you should remain strong. And that is what Grandma gave to me. I know that's what she gave to all of you. And we're gonna be strong. Mama, I love you. I love you for bringing me here all the time. I know sometimes the better why we have to go. But I know older. I thank you, Mom. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. I love you. Thank you, guys.
Hello, God bless. I'm not gonna lie, I passed on the opportunity to read because I'm nervous, like I'd be up here shaking and doing all this. So I'm the baby of the bunch, last one out of the car. She raised me as the child that had no excuse. I got to watch all my siblings grow up. All of them come to the knowledge of Christ. And growing up, it took me a while. I'm not even gonna lie about that. But knowing now the peace that passes all understanding, it just feels good. Amen. And even until this day, there's a little bit of peace, because I hadn't seen the obituary fully. Like I noticed one thing, like I was supposed to speak. No, I can't speak. That's the only thing I focused on. What I didn't notice was, I told my wife, the most indelible memory I have growing up was being that little kid under the organ while my mom was playing at church. And she used to always sing the the song that's going to be played next. And I wasn't going to say 2 words. I was just going to come up here and sing a verse of that. But maybe God knew I probably wasn't going to make it, so somebody else is going to handle that. And that song is in my bones, it's in my spirit. And that's the legacy I have with my mother. So I thank you all for coming out, and I thank you for loving on us. And she used to always talk about, with me, God prayed over our bloodline. And that bloodline doesn't just extend to blood, it's being grafted into the family. And that goes for us, being grafted into the family of Christ. So I'll leave you with that and just say thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you guys for coming. This place, for me, has a special remembrance. 1993, August 23rd. My mother sat right there in that choir stand. Bishop stood right there. Before we get to that day, my mother, every time I would talk to her on the phone, she'd say, I met a man. Mama, I ain't got nothing to do with that man. And she would just keep telling me. She said, if you only come to Texas. I said, what is in Texas, 1,200 miles away, that I don't know about here in Michigan? She said, I'm telling you, I met a man. Mama ain't got nothing to do with that man. Until August 23rd, 1993. He stood there. And my mother sat there. He gave an altar call, and I sat right there, and I didn't move. But those of you who remember Bishop, when he is on something, and he is in your neighborhood like Mr. Rogers, he's not gonna let you go. And I had never sat in a place that I was called out. No one else in the church knew, but Bishop. And when he said certain things, I said, Lord, are you pulling on my ticket? And I just broke. And that day, when I got to see my mother stand up out of that choir stand and walk down, my mother had some things she wanted to see before she left. One of which was, there's 5 of us. My elder sister, I'll give her that due, because those of you who've met her, I am her twin. She's the oldest. If you heard that I'm the twin, you know she's the oldest. By how many minutes? 20 minutes. And she's taking account for every one of those minutes. But my mother was blessed with 4 boys. And as you can see, we all like to eat. We're healthy, we're big boys. And it passed down to her grandsons, her nephews. But one of the things she wanted was for her children to all come into the knowledge of the Lord Jesus Christ. She wanted us to be saved. My younger brother talked about how my mother would pray and how she prayed over the bloodline. And the other thing that my mother wanted was, we had a member of the family that we had not met yet. And something was on me. Man, let me just reach out. Let me just reach out. And I didn't know what it meant then like I do now. And I don't even know to this day if Colin will know what it means. But my mother prayed for him every single day. And a lot of times, God doesn't give us the full picture. Because a lot of times, if he gave us the end of the story, we mess it up. Yes. And Mom was always, you just gotta trust him. Step by step, day by day. here a little, there a little. Just trust God. And the legacy that she will always leave with us. And I cannot thank Chop. Y'all don't know the difference you have made in the lives of people outside of Killeen and Copper's Cove. Because for years, I belonged to the ministry. For years, they sent tapes, discs. Those tapes, those discs got shared. Those tapes, those discs saved lives. I cannot thank you guys enough for how you have played such a valuable role in my mother's life. It'll never probably come to you until you're up there dancing with her and you kind of get to see the rewards of what everything that you have done, how it has come to fruition. But from my family, like I said, my mother, this is a celebration because she saw what she needed to see. She fought her fight. She endured like a good soldier. Yes, sir. And she is in the presence of the Lord. Thank you.
Pastor Valerie, and the family members at Job, as a family, I want to say thank you. We all want to say thank you. The last 3 weeks was a trying time for us, but you were there. She always talked about family. She always talked about kindness. She always talked about being people, treat people with respect, and loving everybody you come across and you talk to. And your family here at Job has treated us like we've been here every step of the way. Those dark days when you would come, you would check, bring us food, do anything for us, it helped us get through. It helped us be there for her. We didn't have to do anything else but be there for our mother. And I'd like to say thank you, and I appreciate everybody and everyone. And Kayla, I know you're back there. I know you're nervous. My mother and Kayla was our mother's nurse's aide. She would come, and they would always come in, and they'd have this game called Sausage and a Hostage. So they'd come in, and one day Kayla came through, had an emotional moment. She got a tattoo on her with Mom and her as a sausage and a hostage. And with that, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much for looking after our mother, taking care of our mother, but brighten our Mother's Day up. Those 3 days a week you came in, you made our Mother's Day a lot happier. And for Katrina, the other nurse that came through, we want to thank everybody at hospice. If you ever have to deal with them, they actually care about you. They care about people. And they exuded the word family. And I want to say thank you and tell everyone there, Kayla, we all say thank you and we appreciate it. One of the things about our mother, she made us all treat people with kindness, with respect. And she didn't stray away from that. She made it known that we treat everybody that way. And one of the beautiful things that she did with us, she raised us to be loving, but she always raised us different. She didn't compete with each other. She let us be individuals, but she made us stay as one. If we had an argument, one of the older kids would step in and say, no, we're family. We stay together. And with that being said, I'd like to read her obituary. Shirley Tubner was born to Johnie and Janelle Bowman in Chicago, Illinois, July 3rd, 1945. She graduated from South Haven, Michigan, but prior to graduation, she also attended school in Bangor, Michigan. Shirley was a past member of the Spiritual Church of Christ in South Haven, and also a member of Christian House of Prayer here in Killeen and Copper's Cove. She was part of the Chop Choir and Walking Through the Bible at Chop. Shirley also attended and graduated from the Sonship School of Firstborn in 2009. And one of the beautiful things I found out about my mother, she was the one who brought science into the school. And I thank you for sharing that word with us, as long as she was able to bring another gift in education. Left to cherish our mother, firstborn, is Victoria Ann Clarkson. One thing about Victoria, our sister, when she was 7 years old, she made a promise to her mother that she would take care of our mother. Vicky's always been the silent warrior in the family. She was the one that I showed up to her game one day, nappy hair. She said, "Go home. Go back here, don't come back." It was clean. But one of the beautiful things about Victoria, she not only lives with her mother, she's with her best friend. They did everything together. And one of the things that a lot of people also don't know about my sister is the giving spirit. None of us boys are here today. None of us are who we are today if it wasn't for Victoria. In the Army, if she got a check for $450, she would send 400 home. So we could have food. She sent clothing back to us. She sent everything to us. But her and our mother, they're best friends. They're very best friends. And there's a son, Ricky, James. From there came Vince Bowman and his wife, Lene, us boys. Ooh, we put you through a lot. I say thank you. Thank you for just being there, supporting Vince, supporting us, coming to all our games, all our functions. That means the world to us. That meant the world to us. Because we'd always look up and Lene would always be there. Even when Vince was out coaching someplace, you'd always see Lene and Andrew in the stands. And from there, Lene's daughter Arian, son Andrew, and Andrew's daughter Shania. Then there's myself, my daughter Bree, who's not here, and her son Oliver, my sons Brandon and Colin. You have James Clarkson and his daughter Johnie. We have Bobby, we call him a baby boy, Clarkson and his wife him, and him again. This last month, Bobby's made 3 trips down here and encouraged him along the way. They drove straight through, come down to support, see mom and everything, and thank you. You have their sons Malachi and Amari. I just want to say thank you to everybody. And one of the unknowns too about her is Sister Sandra came with cousin Sandra. And my mother grew up together on the farm there in Bangor, Michigan, and her daughter Felicia. And also too, we have Terry and her daughter Cece. Terry and Vicky have been best friends since the early 80s over in Germany. We've heard a lot of stories about Terry. When we got to meet her, and Terry, thank you so much for always being there for the family. Thank you there for being supporting Vicky. Cece, thank you too. And there's Dwayne Johnson, who read the New Testament. Dwayne is my brother, and he's also Shirley Godson. So we grew up together and everything, but he's always saying he's the prettiest one and he's youngest. And I also like to say thank you, Ms. Price, for being our best friend, and thank you to all the church mothers for being friends to our mother. Our mother was preceded in death by her father, Johnie Bowman, and mother, Janelle Bowman, and her brother, Johnny L. Bowman, and her husband, Monroe Tubner. Last but not least, I would like to thank you again, Pastor Ballard, all the elders, all deaconess, and members of the family and child. Thank you for supporting us through this time. We appreciate it, and thank you again.